Good? Welcome back to the Midweek Worship Connection. Last week, we looked at the second verse of Psalm 100. We talked about serving the Lord with gladness and coming into His presence with singing. I hope that you tried to live that out in your daily life. I know it sure makes a big difference in my life. Today, I want to move on to the third verse of Psalm 100. Know that the Lord, He is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. When you look around you, what do you see? Do you see your house, your yard, your possessions, your workplace, your family? If that is truly how we see things, then perhaps it is time for God to recalibrate our hearts and our minds. I have heard it said that Jesus came and ushered in the upside down kingdom, but that is not true. Jesus came and revealed to us the right side up kingdom, because so many of us are living in the upside down kingdom. The writer of Psalm 100 recognized the right side up kingdom, and he looked out and he saw things very differently from how we tend to see things. The writer of Psalm 100 looked out and he saw God's house, God's yard, God's possessions, God's workplace, God's family. Know that the Lord, He is God. He is not an extra. He is everything. Here in the third verse of Psalm 100, we encounter an invitation to know the Lord. This is not just an invitation to know about the Lord, but to truly know the Lord. We are invited to walk with Him, to talk with Him, to experience life with Him. It is He who made us, and we are His. We were made by God. And by the way, God doesn't make mistakes. We are His masterpiece. We belong to Him. God created us for a relationship with Him. Think about it. He simply spoke and made the stars, and He separated the land from the water by His words. He spoke, and suddenly there appeared living creatures in the air, in the land, and in the water. But with man, He didn't just speak. He got His own heavenly hands dirty, forming the man out of the dust of the earth and breathing the breath of life into the man's nostrils. And not only did He get muddy in forming the man, but He got bloody in forming the woman. He reached His own hand into the side of Adam and He pulled out a rib to fashion Eve. This is significant. We are His. He made us. As the psalmist says, we are His people and the sheep of His pasture. When we look out and see God's house, God's yard, God's possessions, God's workplace, God's family, etc., then we can rest and delight in the fact that He allows His sheep to live and to breathe and to move and to play in His pasture. And we are not left on our own. God Himself is shepherding us, keeping us safe, providing for our every need. God is a good shepherd. With a good shepherd in place, good and obedient sheep will always be the happiest, most joyful sheep. Today, I am thankful for a God who created me, who calls me His own, who shepherds me, and who allows me to rest and delight in His pasture. If you are thankful for a good shepherd, as I am today, why don't you take a moment to just speak that out to Him in response to His unending goodness towards you now and always.
Today's Midweek Worship Connection is brought to you by Jeff's Weekly Worship Thoughts book, available through the store on our website, www.jeffpolenmusic.com. Ever wish there was a simple manual for leading worship? Well, here it is, set in 52 short, easy-to-digest chapters. In this book, you'll find insightful chapters such as, "Oh no, I messed up, what now?" Musicians from Mars, vocalists from Venus, The Sound Man is Your Friend, and much, much more. Throughout this month, you can get $5 off the price of the Weekly Worship Thoughts book by entering code MWC in the checkout. Be sure to pick up your copy today. But for now, to continue the Midweek Worship Connection, here is a new song that Jeff is currently recording in the studio called Good Shepherd.
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down with peace in my heart. He leads me by waters as still as His hand, gentle and just. Oh, His goodness grace has no end. Oh, good shepherd, lead me on. Oh, good shepherd, take me into your arms and deliver me from valleys of death. Restore my soul, lead me into your rest. Lord is my shepherd, I am his own. For the sake of his name, he is leading me home. Goodness and love, oh, they will follow me, and I will dwell in his presence, oh, for all eternity. Oh, good shepherd, lead me on. Oh, good shepherd, take me into your arms and deliver me from valleys of death. Restore my soul, lead me into your rest. You have anointed my head with oil, and my cup it overflows. You have anointed my head with oil, and my cup it overflows. And you have anointed my head with oil, and my cup it overflows. Oh, good shepherd, lead me on. Oh, good shepherd, take me into your arms and deliver me from valleys of death. Restore my soul,